operating the wind tunnel is going to take a few different steps. The first step is going to be to change the throat area, which is the minimum section area inside the supersonic tunnel, which you can't see. But you can adjust the minimum area that exists by changing this knob here. You see, as I rotate this knob, there's a counter here which changes. So right now it's reading 457, right? And I can change that value, of course, by spinning the knob. And if you look ever so slightly or ever so closely at the bottom floor here, what we're actually doing is moving the position of the wall. And it's very hard to see because it's moving very, very slightly. But the bottom floor is moving ever so slightly. And that's changing the minimum section of the tunnel somewhere back here. Now, that is going to change the Mach number, and the manufacturer has given us this calibration chart which correlates the counter reading, so that value that we see on this dial, to the free stream Mach number, okay? And so you would set the gauge to a certain counter reading, come up to this curve, and then read across, and that will give you the free stream Mach number which you are running the tunnel, okay? If you want to change the Mach number, if you want to change the angle of attack of the model, what you need to do is change this dial here, and what you'll notice is that this dial, or this indicator, is in degrees. And so we're going to be doing 3 degrees, which will be this position, or 0, 3, 0. And then we're also going to be doing 6 degrees, or 0, 6, 0. And now you can see that my model is indeed at an angle of attack. And let me go ahead and bring it back down to 0. And so you can see that change. Okay, lastly, to operate the tunnel, it's quite simple. You're going to turn this on. It might or should already be on. And then to operate the tunnel, you just push this and hold it down. What's going to happen is when you push this button, it's going to open up a valve, and that's going to allow all of this pressurized air to run through the tunnel. You might be able to hear in the background noise the compressor running, and right now I have the compressor filling the tank. And so if you look here at the storage pressure gauge, you should see that it's continually climbing, and so the tank is filling up. You don't want to run the tunnel while the compressor is running. You want to run it only when this has, when the reservoir in the other room is completely full and this has reached its maximum pressure. And it'll get up to about 100, I believe it's 170 PSI or so. And then you'll see it'll stop and the compressor will kick off, and you won't hear it any longer. So at that point, you're going to press and hold. And when your lab mate is done acquiring the photo, you're going to release to stop. You can acquire more data more quickly by not running the tunnel to its maximum time to deplete all of the pressure, right? If you hold this down and run the tunnel, the pressure is going to completely go back down to 0. You're going to empty the reservoir. That's going to take a long time to store it back up. So try to run it for a minimum amount of time for your lab mate to snap the photo, then release your finger, and then it might only have to refill a portion of the way, and then again you'll be able to acquire data much quicker.